Hey guys, now we have already seen like get server side props. So now we'll go with get static props. So basically this is the API which I'm fetching in server side props as an example. So let me show you this API. What does API does? So this is a quiz API. So you can get a lot of quiz. So you can see if you come here the question starts with which time signature is commonly known as or whatever. So every time I fetch, I will get a different question. See, this time the what is the punishment for playing? Okay, so it gives you a minimal of 10 question every time you hit the API. Okay, so this I have done in get server side props, calling the API, fetch, then changing into JSON, then sending as a response, then here setting the result, and here showing the question and the correct answer. That's it. Okay, so if I go here, I have deployed this app. You can see I have deployed. Okay, so it's on Netlify. See net.netlify.app. So every time I reload, it will just make a new question. Why? Because every time I reload, it will call the API. That's it. So that's get server side props. That's basic. You'll say, okay, we know that. But what happened in get static props, it's just a little difference. Okay, so when in get static props we call the API, it will just call the API once when the it will build. Okay, so that's why I have to put in the production. So when you build a app, so it will call the API and save the data. Okay, so how it will be, suppose during build it has got this data. Okay, so this data supposingly it will be here. Supposingly like this. Okay, it will be like this constant, it like this. Okay, it will just pick up the data and save it here, or whatever, wherever it says. Okay, it like this only. So at the build time only it will save the data, and the same data will be served again and again. Then you will be like, then why do we need it? Then we can just directly push the data and save it. Obviously you can, but there is a little bit hidden agenda on that also. So firstly let me show you with get static props. Okay, so currently in build you can see server side props, it's changing every time. Okay, now I'll change this code to get static, sorry guys, get static props, and I'll open the terminal and let me show you in local firstly this. Okay, so now if I show in local, so in local it will call always the new one. I said fail reason socket hang up, I don't know what happened. Yeah, so this time it will always call the new one. So now you will be saying, you said it will call only once. Yeah, it will call only once when you build the app in the production. So every time you have to deploy, you will build the app. Okay, so when you build, it will call the API and save the data here. Okay, so now how do I see in build? So I will push the data and here it will be deployed automatically. Okay, because I have built the CI/CD pipelines. Or I can just save here. I say git branch, let me check the branch. Okay, it's SSR, git add dot git commit -m get static props. Now I will say git push. Okay, yeah, so now if I go to Netlify, it's being deployed. Login. So you can see building. So currently it's building. Okay, so once it will be built, it will be pushed. Okay, I mean it will be pushed into production. So currently it will serve the SSR one only. See, SSR, it will every time it will change, but when it will be built, it will save the same data it will get during the build. Okay, so let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. I don't think it will take more than 2 minutes because it's just a single page app. You can see just a single page. Now it's uploading. I think it's done. processing and published. Okay, now it will change for the first time because this was the SSR. Now if I reload, it will come from the static props. Now if I reload, I will get the same data. See, every time same data, but in SSR I was getting a different data. Okay, so you got this. If you use a SSR, every time it will fetch an API and show you the result. Okay, server side rendering. If you use get static props, it will call the API once only during the build time, and whatever data it collects, it will show you. Now coming to development mode. So in development mode, when you run on localhost 3000 like npm start or yarn start, so get static props will also call the API every time it will load and get server side also. Okay, now the second question you have maybe why, oh sorry guys, like why do we even need that? We can just call the API and save the data here. So that's basic because maybe you have some items that are coming from a database, maybe category of something. Okay, so category may change into 6 months and 4 months. Then you can just use get static props and again build the item and just push the data. But the second part is that in ISR, so let me show you static props. We have something called let me show you on here only. Yeah, get static props. Yeah. Yeah, revalidate. So what does revalidate means? Revalidate means call this API after every 10 seconds or whatever time you put. You put 1 second, it will call the API and save the data after every 1 second. Okay, so firstly see, the same data is here. Data is not changing. Now if I put a revalidate after the return statement, if I copy it, this revalidate, I will just say revalidate, and I will just put before return, I think so. Yeah, where should I put? It's showing me error. Return this post. Okay, inside props I have to put. Okay, gotcha. So this has to be put inside props. Yeah, here. Yeah, so now I'm saying call this API after every 10 seconds. So after every 10 seconds, it will call the API and save the data here that can be sent as a data. Okay, so now save it. So now if I show you, currently the same data is here. See, in static props in Netlify. Now if I push the new data, git add dot, sorry guys, git commit -m revalidate git push. Okay, so now after every 10 seconds it will call the API. Now if I go to this, because I have built a CI/CD pipeline, so it will automatically deploy here. Building, I think it won't take more than 1 or 2 seconds. Building. So I think you got the stuff between server side props and static props, because that's kind of easy. Let me pause the video till the time it happens. Okay, the site has been published. Now if I reload, first time the data that it got during the build time, it will show up that. Okay, it's published. Why it's taking too much time to load, guys? I think Netlify is down or my net is slow. I think my net is working fine. Yeah, so it's thing is opening. So it doesn't need when you open the page, it will automatically when from the time I have deployed, after every 10 seconds it will just fetch the data. So now if I show you, See, same data. So after around 10 seconds, it will change. So what was the name of Captain Nemo? It's not changing. Yeah, I think 10 seconds already happened. Strange. Okay, I think this. Let me open here. Why it's not deployed? I think this URL change or what? Yeah, the prefix Sino. Okay, let me wait for 10 seconds. I think the URL changed when the new deployment happened. URL changes, so I just forgot, guys. Sorry, guys, for that. Now, if I reload prefix Sino, so we are getting this question prefix Sino. Okay. So I think around after 10 seconds. What, guys? Why it's not? It's catching the data or what? Can't believe that. This is the production published one. Published, and this, and everything was done, finished processing. I think revalidation has been put to revalidate 10 seconds. Okay, everything's right. So after every 10 seconds it will revalidate. And now if I it's happening. Let me start a counter. Timer. Mm, Stopwatch, or you can say stopwatch. Yeah. So let me start for 10 seconds. Okay, so after 10 seconds it will, I will just again check. I think this should have been changed till now. Till then, I mean 8, 9, 10. Okay, I will check again. Why it's not happening? Yeah, so I think every time I have to open that is the deployed one again. Okay, so that's the trick part. So if you reload, then it won't happen. So now after every 10 seconds, see in TV series code. Okay, so basically it works like that. Okay, guys, so this was it about like get static props and revalidate and all other stuff. So yeah, that's it in this, guys.